How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here. It's Person of Interest time as we are on episode number 12 of season 3, going into the second half of a fantastic, impeccable season that has no signs of slowing down whatsoever, and I am not here for any complaints because it has, like I said, been an impeccable season, and after prior to the last episode, there were quite a few episodes that were quite wild indeed, and I thought, okay, well, episode 11 is probably going to slow it down a notch, and I'm glad that I was wrong, because we are not slowing down whatsoever, especially since we have that cliffhanger ending in mind with Control as well, bringing up Samaritan, the second machine. It was all crazy in that last episode. So yeah, it was really, really great stuff. And, as I've said, we ended that last episode with, the cliffhanger. So, we'll be picking up from that, I'm guessing, with this episode. So with that said, let's get into episode number 12 of Person of Interest season 3. Let's go.
For a contingency? A plan B?
But now you're here. A plan B might not be necessary. You can tell me where you hid my program.
I don't know. It moved.
It's messed up.
It does. It's corrupted.
We'll need some enhanced methods.
It'll crack eventually.
Agent Hirsch?
That's her mentality.
Some ideas?
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
We need saving. Hello? Please tell me this is Root.
The blood spray.
I love that response.
Harold, we were supposed to work together.
Hey! Root.
You're behind the wheel. In the front.
Root's got this. Root's got a plan.
Packed them for you.
Oh.
You're moving.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Pines? The staff there. They can take care of
Just
you.
because his
Better than I can.
mind is sadly getting worse, isn't it?
I should change, shouldn't I? I'm gonna tell everybody at the Pines, my son is changing the world.
That he will. It's just a sad scenario, isn't it, given the circumstances, and things are just getting worse for his dad.
Even quite dangerous. So, I played the tumor card. It was a ruse, remembering to forget.
You're growing on me, Arthur.
Oh my god!
Who are you?
Never mind.
Arthur, we need that backup.
That access. For the sake of your country, and perhaps for other payment.
Our interests can lie.
Giving a 5-year-old keys to a jet. Irresponsible and stupid.
They could never make me hate you, Root.
That's a shame.
You should know better than to hit me. You're lucky to be alive.
I won my points, Holyfield.
Are you getting us out of here?
Are we going for four? For four? For Fusco?
Shall we begin?
How about shall you fuck off and leave Root alone? Jesus Christ. I've never seen her so vulnerable, and it's like...
Where? Create a false identity sound enough to open a bank account. The added challenge was the obviously fake name,
Yeah.
Rudiger Smoot.
Rudiger?
Yeah, it doesn't sound... Rudiger
Nickname
Smoot.
Rudy. The one Claypool was dishing about to vigilance while he was jacked up on sodium pentothal.
If we told vigilance a location, we'll soon have some rather aggressive privacy
Rudiger.
activists on our hands.
Everybody down on the ground.
Oh, hells.
Down now. I'm not gonna tell you again.
I've always said banks were meant to be robbed.
Shaw's reaction to this is just crazy.
I'll organize the defensive line.
Good.
This is where conflict is gonna start to arise.
Finch, get out now.
They're occupied.
Too late. Good luck, Miss Shaw. You're on your own.
Shit. Oh my god! Yeah, I would have really moved out the way, my lady.
We were delaying the inevitable. No one ever said we were gonna win. But it doesn't mean you
Make
stop
the world
fighting.
a better place. Go back to what I said in the last episode.
She got killed. But where I come from, that doesn't mean you just give up. You skip. We're done here.
I mean, it's a setback, but you can't cement yourself with that mentality of...
Do whatever you want. Tell Finch I tried.
Yeah.
Tell Finch. Thanks for the job. I haven't heard from Glasses since last night. That's not like him. He probably needs
Might be
our
in
help.
danger, but are you going to
But
give a
there's no
shit
point,
about
right?
it?
You have to be careful. I urge you to consider what Mr. Reese would do.
Rude.
As you've said, you're a hammer. Mr. Reese is a scalpel. This requires a bit more finesse.
I love that. Hammer, scalpel.
Judging from your concern, I'm guessing it's something even more explosive than that. Something worth dying for. We will expose the abuses our government has perpetrated. Goodbye, Agent.
You've got nowhere to hide. Ooh. I do love that acknowledgement. Look, we know who we are, okay? What we represent. Let's not bullshit. It's a very odd situation.
The world breaks everyone, and afterward, many are strong at the broken places.
Ooh.
A farewell to arms. That's my handwriting.
It's dated February 24th, 2005.
All of this could stop. Did I say something funny?
You're asking all the wrong questions.
You dummy.
She uses me.
You view the machine as your superior?
She is God.
No. Much more.
Yeah.
My power.
Or stirrup?
Oh my.
It's very small.
I will end you.
So, why has it let this happen? This friend that you love so much?
Jesus. So-called friend, right? Oh my god. You are fucked up. No, no, Root.
Time flows outward in all directions.
I hate her. I hate her.
I solved it. Before they shut me down. Harold, Samaritan is alive.
Shit. I mean, it was flashy to unknown, but yeah. Up. Oh my god.
If they don't want to let people inside, they ought to build it better.
Holy shit. Getting inside up. Yo.
Forced it to delete bits of itself. It's code.
And then it gets stronger.
And then reboot.
Yeah.
Rebirth.
It's got this kind of tougher shell.
A loop 10 times a second.
And the world needs to know about this program.
Either let us in or we'll blow
About the damages it can cause.
The clock's ticking.
Shit, he's in a tough spot.
Hirsch catches up.
This
plan
feels rather reckless.
There's a time for a scalpel and a time for a hammer.
So, look, sometimes it's hammer time. Lewis, it's hammer time.
You can't hear sound above 15 kilohertz. But I can. It's
And
here
we
at
can
that
hear it.
much.
Holy
My
damn.
friend, I couldn't reach it until you got close enough to cut me. You still have a scalpel. I'd call that a fair fight.
Get a hammer. Get her a hammer.
End this. Destroy the drive.
No. This is life.
No.
Or as close as we
We're at a
always come to
conflict,
saving
aren't we?
life.
Because death could be
It is
damaging.
extraordinary. And it is beautiful.
Yeah, it's his baby.
So are mushroom clouds in their own way. 155, and I used your ideas. We built it.
Yep, that machine. I mean, that's it though. The truth to come out between them. Yeah, yep, there we go.
We saved good people and lost good people in the end. I'm afraid we've only given the deck a shuffle.
Yeah. Look at the emotions in his eyes.
Your creation.
Our Samaritan, they will hurt it, imprison it,
use it
enslave
in their
and
own
use it
methods.
to enslave others. Is that the life that you would wish for your child?
Exactly. Do you want your child to be put in that very damaging way?
I'll remember you.
Good on, Arthur. Good on, Arthur.
Harold.
Oh. Let's go. Let's go, Queen.
Come on, boys.
Let's go. No.
On your knees. Now.
What's happening? What is happening?
Are the drives.
Oh!
The Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and time.
He's gonna kill himself! Yo, did Hirsch somehow survive that shit, though? I don't know about the two other red shirts.
Hi there. What do you want me to tell this bitch?
Root.
I don't belong to anyone anymore.
Yeah, that... She's just
You,
trying... Yeah.
however, are mine. I protect you.
I love how, like, Root is the
only thing you
voice
love lives
of
at
the voiceless,
254
basically.
Wendy Street, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Save me from what?
She's a believer now, isn't she? It's not so delusional.
Isn't she the best?
Left you in the dark there.
I don't remember the color of Diane's eyes.
That's heartbreaking.
Forgetting is a piercing wound, keen as the first loss.
The memories are there, Arthur. They're just hidden.
That's beautiful. Oh.
Tell Shaw I was touched. She came to look for me.
Where are you?
Shoot! Shoot my heart!
I wish she'd listened. We were supposed to help Claypool
The
together.
glasses, I love it.
Murdered just before you arrived.
Who was in the vault with us then?
That's my...
Oh!
Please put Arthur on the phone.
Okay.
Being on Mars by then.
I'd take Hawaii.
It's been so practical. Tethering me to
That
reality
is
when I spin
so
away.
hot. Oh my
I don't
heart.
say it often.
You need to push my heart towards the end. Come on. With Arthur and this.
Came back to say goodbye, Finch. John, you can't go. I can't stay here.
Jesus Christ. It's the fact that he is, like, what is the true purpose of the machine, basically, right?
Thank you for your service. You have earned my highest esteem.
And this is what you get. No traces and all that shit.
My Samaritan, you are destined for great things.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's great. I mean, that's just fantastic, isn't it? It's the fact that, well, Greer has his hands on bloody Samaritan and, yeah. Great. It's the fact that we had an imposter as well as that bank manager, like the one we fought, basically. Yeah. Jesus Christ. But I mean, I did really love that, and you know how things played about with you know, Claypool. I loved that ending there with Claypool in terms of like he didn't know his wife's, you know, eye color and all of that, and then Root and the machine pulled a really, really powerful move there. So yeah, and the flashbacks were just as equally powerful, like especially towards this episode's ending and all of that. But yeah, I mean that does hurt. I mean, it's understandable. Reese is not exactly going like he's got a duty to protect Finch. Like Finch is important, but in terms of valuing the machine, he can't do that. It makes a lot of sense rather than just you know what, we've had 2 episodes of Reese being in a bad place, so let's just move on as if nothing happened. Yeah, we can't do that. This was really, really great as I guess a second parter. I mean, obviously with that cliffhanger in mind, we were going to get a part 2 following up from the last episode, just following a series of episodes that were just edge of your seat stuff. So yeah, and it's it kind of does feel a bit bittersweet in a sense. I mean, because I was worried that maybe Arthur would, I mean, he was dying anyways, wasn't he? But he will get caught in the crossfire and all of that. So yeah, and yeah, it was really, really great stuff to have him debate on not that it meant much because of the bank manager or the bank worker, should I say, swapping the drives to Greer. So yeah, but I mean, still, it's the intent really with that revelation in mind, as well, with Harold basically mentioning about the fact that the machine was made, really, and how unethical it was in Arthur's mind in regards to this is very important to me. It's like my baby and all of that. But you've got you're not in a good position, are you, in terms of vigilance about to get the one up on you. You even have control trying to headhunt you. So and if this thing could be used in malicious ways, it's better that no one has it than letting it fall into the wrong hands. So yeah, but yeah, it was just really, really great. But yeah, it was of course we had this whole situation of finding out that Claypool did get Samaritan online. So he did manage to crack it, as was revealed. And yeah, we had quite the kerfuffle with this episode in terms of I think I made a mention last week about the conflict between vigilance and control. So especially with where vigilance's ideals lie, especially when it comes to privacy and all of that. So yeah, but it was just really, really great stuff. So yeah, and it was really great to bring Greer back into the fold. It's been a while, so yeah, but to have the bank worker take the actual drives and turn it into Greer was great. I mean, that's what I'm saying though. It does of course feel deflating and all of that, but at least Finch, Arthur, everyone got out unscathed and all of that. So yeah, but and it really did give us a really moving moment as well, like towards the end. I mean, Arthur was dying anyways, and I love the parallels, of course, to as heartbreaking as it was. I did love the parallels when it comes to analyzing, I guess, Finch losing his dad, really, because he couldn't remember him. He couldn't remember I'm sure it was a Robin, wasn't it? I imagine it would be something so simple. That's it, though. And it just highlights the heartbreaking moment really, and Finch can't really stay as well because he's, you know, on the run, especially with the fact that he broke into ARPANET, which I know he mentioned, and I think it was back in season 2. So it was great. It's moments where you have something that has been mentioned before, and you get to see it play out in a neat little flashback. So yeah, that was really, really great stuff as well. So yeah. But yeah. I know there was that guy as well, with Vigilance, just something that is randomly hit. There was that guy that blew himself up. I don't think Hirsch is dead. I mean, he was in the middle of that explosion, but I mean, yeah, he was outnumbered. Was that guy from Vigilance, and he was not going to, and he was going to hopefully take others with him. But I think the other red shirts are going to get caught up in the blast. Hirsch not so much. He's tough. So yeah. Not on the levels of Simmons and how he just kept avoiding certainties in terms of death, but he's tough. So yeah. But yeah, it was really, really great stuff. Loved the Root bits as well. I hated it as well because I didn't like to see Root in pain. So no thanks. Yeah, I just love Root so much. I just love her. And I feel like it was always destined for that path, really, because of the fact that you know, it's Amy Acker at the end of the day, but it gets to the point where even if she can be a bit intimidating, and if anything like that, like especially with how she was literally voicing that is kind of scary itself, but she was literally voicing the machine rather than just responding to it. It was scary, but like whatever the case when it comes to Root, like, you know, she has to be protected. So yeah, and it's it's so funny. It's not like a Fred situation where, you know, Fred is so wholesome, she could do no wrong, and you know she's just one hell of a cinnamon roll. Root is completely different, very unhinged, and yet she still needs to be protected at all costs. So when Control when Control deafened her and all of that, that was, yeah, putting her through all of that hell. It's not just what she did to her hearing, but it's also what she injected her with, and you know, there was there was the fact that you know, her heart would give out if she didn't give Control what they wanted. So yeah, but I also loved that whole situation of that reveal about the code, that, like, I'm sure someone's, you know, gonna decipher it, because here's the thing, actually, because we heard the high frequency that Control couldn't hear because of the fact that she was, what was it, over 40. Now, is that an actual, like, I mean, I can't say because obviously I'm younger than 40, but I am very intrigued because I'm sure there are members, like, in terms of my community, for both YouTube and Patreon. I'm sure someone will clear this up on the Patreon section and all of that. So by the time this is up on YouTube, it might be a little outdated, as well as, you know, what the coding, what the when it was talking to Root, what you know, the machine was saying. Because yeah, obviously I wasn't gonna I wasn't deciphering that, like, or wasn't able to decipher that during the time. But going back to the high frequency thing, because it is intriguing. Like, I am very curious if it's something, if it's a nice little touch that you know, under 40s can hear, but those over, you know, cannot. Because it's not like an intimidation tactic or anything like that. So because you know, she was baffled, was Control. So yeah, she was completely baffled, and Howler turned tables from that point onwards, right? Not just quite literally when she was the one that was I guess tied up, but um she had such confidence, and she stood tall, but she wasn't able to hear shit, and somehow Root was, because of the fact that that frequency. So I am really curious if that's if and it would be a really really nice touch and all of that. So but yeah, I am really really curious if there are people on my community, or people just randomly watching this and all of that, they weren't able to hear that frequency, and they might have been a bit caught off guard, because it's like, wait, what's going on here? So yeah, but yeah, it was really really great. So yeah, and yeah, I just really really loved how much of a badass that Root was. So you've got the machine, like I again, just with Root speaking as the machine, as I mentioned, that brings kind of new levels of eeriness to the fold, I would say. Just based on the fact that she is literally, like, usually we hear her conversing with the machine, but it kind of like it is kind of like, and I use this very very appropriately considering how Root sees the machine, but it is like putting the fear of God into control. So yeah, and that's it, because the machine is going to have this obligation to keep control safe. So yeah, it's just really really great stuff in terms of, like, again, putting that fear of God, and it's just the way that Amy Acker, of course, is able to deliver, and she is very capable of delivering chilling moments like the machine just doing that to control. So yeah, but yeah, it was yeah, and it's also just very very eerie about how she is also open to just letting her mind, her body be a thing for the machine. Like, she is devoted to the machine, so she gives herself to the machine. So it's just, yeah, ugh. But yeah, it was just really really great stuff. So yeah, and I just really really loved, again, the connections with Arthur and Harold, and how there's that, of course, dilemma that Arthur's in, really, like I said, when it comes to, I know it didn't mean much with the revelation, but it still meant something in terms of Arthur doing the right thing, eventually caving, because there could have been a big scuffle in regards to, no, I want to keep, yeah, there is that threat that they will take Samaritan, use it in the wrong hands, but I refuse to do this and all of that. So yeah, but I mean, it is just really really scary with I mean, just the idea as well. I mean, it's just very scary with, like, what they would be able to do with Samaritan, but also just with how he was talking about the imperfections of the humans and all of that, and talking about defects, mutations, all and whatnot, and applying that to Samaritan, really, with that. So, and it's now scary with what we know about Decima, with Kara, of course, and yeah, it is now really really scary that they've got their hands on, Samaritan, and yeah, that is going to be scary to see that weaponized, potentially. So yeah, And there's, of course, that, like, really, really heartbreaking moment with Reese and, yeah, how done he is in. I mean, how done he is in the idea of, you know, once, well, he's doubting the machine and its true purpose, really. And again, it's what I mentioned right after the reaction about the fact that I am glad that they're not taking any kind of shortcuts to this. I am glad that it's not going to be like, okay, well, we'll just move on just like that. It's still really recent for me in terms of what happened to Carter. It still hurts. And whilst it's not like he's going to spend the majority of the second part of the season, you know, just not doing anything whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, he will get pulled back into the fold, but it's tentative steps, isn't it? So, yeah. And I am really, really intrigued to see what will eventually happen with Reese, and because with Reese in these past few seasons, the idea of delaying the inevitable and all of that, it's not really something he would question for these past few seasons. But now, but Carter's death has really, really hit something, understandably, and yeah, so it was really, really great for him and Fusco to arrive at the bank. So yeah, but again, it does deal on the importance and all of that. Of course, there is the inevitability of a time comes for us all and all of that, but it was just really, really heartbreaking for Reese to come to the conclusion that what's the point if we're just delaying the inevitable? So yeah, but yeah, I mean, we know that Reese, when it comes to those who are close to him as well, it does hit, doesn't it? When it comes to death, I mean, Jessica was a bit more understandable, especially since that was a bit of a, I guess, a bit of a flashpoint scenario. You question what if I made a different decision at the airport that day, and yeah. But even then, he went full, and there is a sense of understandability in terms of the guy that Jessica was with. There's with what he put her through. He just went all dark on him, and we have Carter, who has had an impact on his life, and now she's dead, and that death has impacted him really. So but yeah, it will be very interesting to see where things go for Reese's story. But yeah, brilliant stuff this episode. Loved it. So I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care. I will see you guys next time. Toodles!